Here we have my LEGO Ninjago display stands, where over the past few months I've been spending time building and constructing these, and I'm going to be showing off my Ninjago minifigure collection in this video. As you can see, this display takes up my entire wall, and I'm really excited to deck it out with all the minifigures. And inside this case here are most of my Ninjago figures. I do also have the villains here, and these are going to be populating the minifigure stands. As you can see, I've sorted them out all by Ninja and roughly who they're going to be going with on the frame. And I guess now the only thing to do is populate the frame. And here we have it, my completed minifigure wall. So as you can see, I'm just panning down a bit because this thing is so big you can barely fit it all on one camera, especially when my camera's landscape like it is now. But just look at it. I'm really happy with how this has turned out, and obviously it can show all of my Ninjago minifigures on one frame. I'll have a little quick more detailed look at it in a second. I'm just still panning down just because the sheer amount of minifigures on this thing is just insane. And it's still going all the way down to the bottom, all the way down to my floor. So it goes roof to floor view. So let's take a proper look at it then. So here's frame number one. This was the first one I decked out with minifigures. This is the Wu and Garmadon, and then I've also put the 3 Mistakos I've got here. So as you can see, we've got Wu's from season 1 all the way down to the newest one from Dragon's Rising. Don't have that many Garmadons, you can see a few from the movie and then a few others. Then obviously they're the 3 Mistakos slash Cocos I've got there. Here's Kai, as you can see. Now obviously there is going to be gaps on the frames here. That's because I designed the frame so I would have leftover spaces. So obviously inevitably when my collection expands, there's more room. So you can see here the Kais. All of them in their fine glory like so. There's Kai's. Here's Jay. As you can see, I've got quite a few Jays. They're all kind of in a similar order of like the suits will be in the same place for each ninja if I have multiple. Here, this Jay was actually originally supposed to go here, but because of the wings on the back of Dragon Form J here, the wings basically they have to be 2 minifigures away from the edge of the frame, otherwise they're not going to fit. So that's why I've had to put that one up there and then this one just down here. And then you can see up to Dragon's Rising with that new Evil J. Love that minifigure. Here we have Cole, as you can see like so. Other than Nia, Cole is the ninja I have the least of, which is a shame because I do think he's got some of the cool suits, but it just means more room for expansion. As he has an entire row for expansion. As you can see, the new suits there for Dragon's Rising. Zane, this OG Zane isn't complete. He has got the wrong face and wrong legs, but I've got most of him. Here we have Zane there. As you can see with pink Zane and golden Zane, very nice. Another problem, like obviously these 2 minifigures should be the other way around, but it's just the massive wings are stopping him from going against the wall. Then here are the Dragon's Rising Zanes all together at the bottom. Here we have the other Dragon's Rising ninja. We can see Aaron, Sora, Wildfire, Euphrasia, which I couldn't manage to get a torso sadly, and the Spirit of the Temple. We've got Ryu down here. I would like to add the young dragon Ryu on here, but he wouldn't fit of where like it is in my room, so that's a bit of a shame. Here we've got Elemental Masters and Psychax. We see we've got Pixel, Cyrus Borg, and Dareth. Ronan, Nelson, Clutch Powers, and Skylor. One of my favourite rows here, we've got all the Elemental Masters I have. So Skylor, Belobo, Gravis, Jacob, Camille, and Tox. I really do like this new Tox design. And as you can see here, you can see more extra characters, including Jay's parents. Now, Lloyd, sadly, is already full, which is kind of mad. I've actually had to put one of the Lloyds just down here. But yeah, so the Lloyd shelf is already full, which is a shame, but the shelves look so good when they're all full, as you can see. So here we've got all the Lloyds, the Dragon's Rising ones here. It's a shame that the 10th anniversary Lloyd doesn't really stand out as much as all the others do, because obviously all the others there's only one of golden, as opposed for Lloyd, the way it's laid out, all the golden ones are quite near each other, so he doesn't stand out as much, which is a shame, but oh well. And here we have Nia. The Nia shelf is one of my favourite ones, to be fair. I really like the lighter blue, especially as they're more leaning into it in Dragons Rising, as you can see there. More like that. And then also I managed to put NRG Nia. Sadly, the wave she stood on wouldn't fit inside the frame, so I've had to do that. Also got Kabuki Nia there, which is one of my favourite Ninjago minifigures, and one of the most expensive ones as well. Okay, so that's all the like heroes and ninja. So now time to move on to the villains. Now the villains were made in these big 50 by 70 frames, and they are the shelves are slightly taller as there's more four-armed characters and obviously Dogshank. But here in the top row we have all the skeletons, Legacy, Day of the Departed, and the original ones. Moving on to the Serpentine, I've got an original Lasher, but the rest are just the Legacy ones. Here are the Stone Army. I don't have that many of them, so obviously there's still quite a bit of blank space. Because the way I did the villains is I wanted to keep all the villains together, and I didn't want them on different rows, so that's why there's so much here. Because I would have shared them with the Ninjroids, but because I've got so many Ninjroids, I had to put them on their own row. Speaking of Ninjroids, here they are. All very nice. Then we have Chen. And Chen's army, I have 5 of them in total. I do need to probably get more of them. Moving on to the ghosts. The ghosts look really cool. Also with the 2 screamers here. Now, the Sky Pirates is the only villain army that takes up the entire row. And that is obviously because Dogshank takes up 2 minifigure slots. As you can see, there she is. And there the rest of the Sky Pirates are. Including the extrons with their like spiked armour and stuff. Here we've got this like the shelf with the least amount on, and that is just it's Yang, Pythor, the Vermilion, and then this is just the other legs for General Moki. I just thought I'd put them on there. Loads of room on here. Here we have the Shark Army, which is some of the most unique Ninjago army minifigures. This one's my favourite. I love the pufferfish. Here's the rest. Also the Scientist I thought I'd include. Sons of Garmadon and Dragon Hunters, once again, not too many of them. Now moving back up here, we have Secrets of the Forbidden Spinjitzu. So we've got Asphera, Pyro Snakes, Vex, and the Ice Samurai. We also have a few random, like, I've kind of put the street level heroes here. Well, not heroes, villains, sorry. So we've got Mechanic and Misdemeanor, also the one without the oxygen tank, the Mechanic side character. And I've also put Prison Harumi here, because well, I could have probably put her on the Prime Empire row, but I just thought I'd put her up here. Then also we've got this Bone King, because although I said I want to keep them all together, I did have to, because this wasn't enough room on the core shelf. Here we've got the Prime Empire Master of the Mountain villains. So we've got Unagami, Red Visor, then the Rats. And then we have the Master of the Mountain ones with the Geckos and Munts. Obviously the Skeleton and the 2 Skull Sorcerers there. That one's got no wings. Here we've got the Keepers. I know they weren't villains in the show, but in the sets they were advertised as villains. So that's why I put them here. And they're sharing a shelf with the Melopians and Kalmar. Here's the core ones. So we've got all the core snakes here, which just look really nice. And then also we've got the Bone Warriors. As I can say, I had to move one up here because, yeah. So that's the Bone Warrior without the cape. So it's the least cool one out of the 3 Bone King variants, though, because this one's got the good horn and the cape. Small horn and the cape, just the small horn, so I thought I'd put him up here. Here we've got the Crystal Council, as you can see here. So we've got the Crystal King, who doesn't actually fit. He has to kind of lean forwards a bit like that. Asphera, Pythor, Vangelis, Mr. F, Harumi, Mechanic, and then the extra Crystal Kings in his army. I love these villain minifigures. They're some of my favourites. I just think they look so cool. Here we're going on to Imperium. We've got Empress Beatrix, Lord Ross with his arm printing. Rapton, we've got the 2 black ones, the 2 gold ones, then these 2 random like magazine variants. And then we've got the 3 drones that came in the spinners. I just thought I'd include them. Then finally, the Wolf Clan. We've got Lord Ross in his purple outfit. We've got Jordana. These Wolf Mask Warriors. Cinder in his tournament suit. And this Wolf Mask Warrior using Shatter Spin, which I love these arm attachments. They are so cool. Okay, finally moving on to the bottom shelf. We have civilians, so we've got Claire from the Temple of Ejitsu, Tidy the robot, then the Ninjago movie civilians. Then we've got Ninjago City Garden civilians, plus clutch powers there. Also, I've got the Master Chen statue. Ninjago City Market civilians, including Hound Dog McBragg, Gale Gossip and Racer 7. They would have been included on the Allies shelf, but there just wasn't enough room, so I had to put them down here. Then we've just got the other civilians like so. Then we've got the dojo students, the 4 there, plus the blacksmith from the tournament Temple City, as I ordered her from Bricks and Pieces. And then finally we've got this bottom shelf here, which I've had to move 1 pixel on because there wasn't enough room on the Ally shelf. We've got Master Lloyd. Sadly, I couldn't get his leg printed off the Bricks and Pieces. Woo's dog from Ninjago City Gardens, Akita, and then these 2 crabs which came in a Lloyd in a magazine. And as you can see, we've still got a completely blank shelf, so there is always room for expansion in the future, which I'm really happy about. So overall, I am really happy with this minifigure wall. Like, I'm sitting on the floor here recording this bottom bit, and if you just look up, like, wow, I'm just super happy with how it looks. Also, I've also created an Instagram, and I'll put it on screen now. It's Jacko Brick Studios, where I'll be posting some more in-depth pictures of this in case anybody wants to see it, and just other Lego pictures in general. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.